Title: The Gentleman in Green, Adventure with the Lions, and Astonished Friends. Page 7. Don Quixote planted himself in the middle of the road and yelled to the two men on the cart. "Where are you going, friends, and what have you on the wagon?" "The wagon and mules are mine," said one of the men, "but the crates contain two fierce lions. Presents to the king from the governor of Oran in Africa. They are the biggest lions that ever came to Spain." "I am not scared of lions," declared Don Quixote, "however fierce or big they are. Open the cages and let them out, and I will show the enchanters who have sent them what Don Quixote de la Mancha can do." The men on the cart were dumbfounded at this command. Sancho wrung his hands in despair. The gentleman in green urged Don Quixote not to continue with his purpose. "Stop the video, take your headphones off, and listen to your teacher. Pausa el video. Quítate los audífonos y mira a tu maestra." Page 8. "These lions are not sent to harm you or test your courage," he said. "They are presents to His Majesty and you have no right to interfere with them. Let everybody mind his own business," said Don Quixote. "Mine is to deal with these lions. Now, sir, open the cages at once or I will fasten you to your wagon with my lance." The terrified man, seeing that Don Quixote was determined, and probably crazy, said, "For God's sake, sir, let me unhitch my mules, for if they are killed by the lions I am ruined." This Don Quixote allowed. The wagon driver, calling on all there to bear witness that he was being forced against his will and over his protests, unyoked his animals and led them out of harm's way. The gentleman in green, after trying again uselessly to reason with Don Quixote, also went off some distance, taking the tearful, trembling Sancho with him. "Stop the video, take your headphones off, and listen to your teacher. Pausa el video, quítate los audífonos y mira a tu maestra." Page 9. Left on the wagon also made an appeal, but got only a stern command to open a lion's cage as an answer. While he set about this, Don Quixote dismounted and turned Rocinante loose, having resolved to fight the lions on foot with his sword. Then he commended himself to God and to Dulcinea, and stood ready in front of the lion's door. The keeper, seeing no other way, opened the door of the cage and revealed a magnificent lion stretched out on the floor of the crate. Dazed by the sudden flood of light into his den, the lion turned around, reached out an enormous paw and stretched his body its full length. Next he opened his mouth and yawned leisurely. After this he got up and quietly surveyed the landscape. He extended his scarlet tongue, which was 2 hands long, and began to lick the dust from his eyes and face. Then he stuck his head out the doorway and gazed calmly around, his great eyes searching, terrifying to even the bravest heart. Don Quixote, undaunted, waited with impatience for the lion to leap out so that he might engage him and slice him to pieces. But that moment never came. The majestic lion, seeming satisfied with what he had seen, turned back into his den without noticing the night, slowly lay down again, and went back to sleep. Page 11. Don Quixote ordered the keeper to excite the lion by poking him with sticks and beating him, but the keeper refused, saying that the knight had already proven his courage and that he should not force combat on an unwilling opponent. The knight admitted the truth of this argument. "Shut the door then, and I will signal my friends to return," he said, tying a white cloth to the tip of his lance and then waving it for Sancho and the gentleman in green to see. "I'll be hanged if my master has not defeated the king of the beasts," exclaimed Sancho, and he ran forward to learn what had happened. The keeper gave a full and flattering account of what had taken place. Don Quixote gave him a couple of gold coins for him and his companion as a reward for their trouble. "And if the matter should come to the ears of the king," he added, "and he should wish to know who performed this feat, tell him it was Don Quixote de la Mancha, now known as the Knight of the Lions. For I am dropping the name, Sorrowful Countenance, and adopting the other as the customs of chivalry allow."